Hi, wow, I look very homeless right now, apologies. I have a 3-hour before rehearsal, so let's do this video. So a lot of you guys ask me all the time how I write songs, how I get inspiration, so yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I write my songs. Okay, so I first started songwriting when I was 16, but I didn't know how to play guitar or play anything ever, so it was hard. When I first started songwriting, I would literally sit down, think of the chords in my head. I knew exactly what they were, but I didn't know how to play them, and I would write the lyrics and the melody. But good thing is my dad is a guitarist, so I would go to him and he would play chords and be like, no, what's that next one, and then we ended up finding the chords of the song. So soon after that I decided, you know what, I'm gonna learn the guitar finally. This is like 6 months later, and I wish someone would have told me what I know now, as in how to learn, because most people, if they're gonna learn guitar, they'll go to a teacher and they'll learn, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb, finger picking. No, can't be arsed. I just wanted to learn the main chords. And then my friend said, hey Bron, you do know that if you learn G, D, E minor, C by a capo, you could pretty much cover most songs and songwrite with those chords, and then, you know, eventually you can start learning like, it's G, D, E minor, C. But the easiest one is, it's G, C add 9, E minor 7, isn't it? And then D sustain 4. So it's literally, you keep these 2 fingers there. G, C. This bit out. Yeah, it's out of tune. I think the first song I learned was Good Riddance by Green Day, so. You know. I hope you had the time of your life. You know. And then stuff like, you know, High School Sucks. Jocks and the cheerleader girlfriends getting it on in the hallway, so lame nerds with the night vision glasses, 7 minutes early to all their classes, and stuff like that. If you want to learn guitar and songwrite, buy a guitar, even if it's a crappy nylon string off Amazon, buy a capo. It's like the lazy way of like learning other chords, so like, you know, you could do G, but if you want to sing it higher, or, you know, but this does it without you having to learn more chords, so. I wish someone, when I was first starting out, I wish they would have said, learn G, D minor, C, bring a capo, buy a guitar, blah blah blah, and you will be able to learn songs. So many people write differently, so for me, I literally just sit down with my guitar and come up with a song. I have to be inspired, so I have to know what I'm going to write about. So if I'm going to write like a slow one or a happy one, and then I gotta work out, okay, what am I gonna write about? So I've gotta write my songs at night time by myself, candles, couple of beers, fairy lights. I have to be alone, because if I'm not in a writing session with someone, I don't really write a lot of songs with people. I don't know, I feel like the best songs I write are alone, if you get me. If I know that someone else is in the room next door, I'm just like, nope, not gonna write a song, because I don't know, I don't like people listening in, like, cause it's like my creative time, and I feel, I don't know, if I know that someone's listening in, I just can't be creative and go for it. Yeah, it's weird. I have other friends who will literally make a full demo backing track on Logic, not Pro Tools, the devil's program, and then they will write the lyrics and melody after that. So normally you stick to those, but then stuff like, so the intro. In fact, I'll go over Dance the Devil, so the intro. Why are you dressing black for me? It shouldn't be like this, why you're so unhappy? And then another verse, verse 2, the sun was tough, yeah, I did believe I wasn't good enough, I thought everyone agreed. And then, right before the chorus is called the pre-chorus, so it's good to have chords that kind of lift the song, so then it goes to A minor. I took a chance, I guess that now it's G, D, A minor, G, D, and then G. I'll never get my first kiss. So it's kind of, you know, different. That's just what I picked up, like little different things. And then there's stuff like finding out, like this. I love that chord so much. So like, here's a chorus. So, I see you in my dreams, when you are nowhere to be found. I always think that if you use interesting chords in the chorus, like there's a song I've got, which is like stuff like that, and then the chorus for this like song is I see you in my dreams, away and away. You are nowhere to be found. I see you standing there, it's all a blur. You know, so stuff like that, like little chords. So you can still use your G, your D, E minor, but if you literally use like it can just make it sound more, I don't know, My Chemical Romance, like stuff like that, I've just realised. And it's really fun just like learning chords. Like you don't have to learn every single chord all at once because your mind will just be like, and then you'll just forget everything. You know, and if you don't have a capo, just bar that. That's the capo, your finger, all of the strings, and then you can move these two around. Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of hard to explain how I write songs, but yeah, just like, do whatever. But also, I write songs dependent on my mood and what I've been through that day. So, like now, I keep writing really sad songs because I keep listening. So recently I made on Spotify my slow tunes, not show tunes playlist. Cheeky, give that a follow. So it's just filled with like amazing sad songs, so that's all I've been listening to when I go on walks. And in fact, yeah, I got the Fitbit, so I have to do 10k steps a day. How much? I think I've only done 3k today. Not good. But yeah, so on my walks I'll listen to those songs, and then I'll come home feeling like, oh, I need to like write a big power ballad, and then yeah, but I don't want to turn into an emo singer just yet. So yeah, I need to listen to more happy songs actually. I always freak out too because I'm like, oh my god, I'm not inspired. I haven't been inspired for a whole month. What if I never write a song ever again? Like sometimes it's like, I won't write, I'll do the odd songwriting for like a month if I'm not that inspired. But then I'll kind of just leave it until I'm like really in the zone. I always find that when I'm home alone as well, like if my parents have gone, because I still live at home, whoop whoop, fun life for me. So when like my family goes away, like sometimes I'll just go to Wales, I will just sit and songwrite and just get inspired and watch loads of videos of my favourite artists. Like Brennan Urie, I'm currently having a Brennan Urie obsession. He is so talented, oh my god, so go check him out. Panic at the Disco, yes. I mean, obviously you guys would check them out, but you know, if you haven't watched their videos, just, oh, they're so good. I think now that I'm 20, I've experienced a lot, and I know it sounds like really stupid because I'm 20, it's like, people be like, yeah, you're young, but I feel like from the ages, when you're like 16 to 20, you go through so much, like you finish high school, you're doing uni, and you know, but for me, like I finished high school, I finished education, I went straight into touring, and you learn so much from touring, just like being around different people and meeting everyone, and like hearing your life stories on Twitter that you guys tell me. I always get really inspired and write loads of stuff about that. But also, it's a challenge to write something that you haven't been through. Okay, so for example, my song So What, which is on my second EP, pre-order it now, and it was #1 in the iTunes pre-sale chart, so thank you. My song So What, it's basically a sassy breakup song, isn't it? So I wrote that, it was February 2016, but I never went through a breakup, I never had a boyfriend, so in fact, so I had one at the time, and so I was like, alright, if I were to break up with him, what song would I write? This is so bad. And I was like, well, I've never been in a breakup, so the guy I was with at the time, I was like, alright, so if I were to break up with him, what would I write about? Like, so I wrote, So What is basically kind of like everything he kind of didn't like about me, like having dyed hair and going on tour and stuff. So it's like, so what if I dye my hair and stain my skin blue? So what, you want me back please, I'm so over you, and stuff like that. And I literally wrote that song in 10 minutes. It was the quickest song I've ever written ever. But yeah, so So that was like fun writing that, because it's like I've never actually like been in a breakup, but if I were, like, you know, and then we broke up. If you put yourself in someone else's shoes, and like I wrote a song about an old man and an old woman. Oh, in fact, I love writing really sad songs about like old people dying. I know that sounds really like, that sounds so bad, but I don't know, I find it really like cute, and then it makes me think like, okay, I need to live my life, yeah. I wrote this song about like an old, so you know Up, how she unfortunately passed away, and then he, oh, what's his name, Mr. Oh, it's gonna annoy me so much. Is it Mr. Fredrickson or Mr. Anderson? I don't know. But yeah, so he's kind of alone. It's called the Old Man Song, but I should probably change it. On a dull day in November, an old man said goodbye to his love while he sat there and remembered a white feather fell from above. So many memories came running back, all the laughter and old photographs. He said, I miss you and you'll always be here in my heart, and now I have no fear. Then he looked up and said, I still remember those days, kissing in the rain without a care in the world. I still remember those days. I'm gonna miss waking up to you. And there he goes into the verse again. So stuff like that, 'tis fun. I have so many songs. I have like hundreds that you guys probably won't even like ever listen to, but I'm thinking of just like releasing the odd like snippet on here or something. But yeah, I don't know, it's just like when I'm writing songs, I don't know, I guess it just comes really easy for me, which is like epic, so I'm like gotta keep going. I don't want to ever not be inspired. But yeah, I think the problem, I don't know, I think the problem with so many people is they'll be like, yeah, we've written an album's worth of songs, and then they'll like release those on like EPs, and then they'll be like, oh god, we've got to like write more, and then they'll just literally release every single song they write. Whereas for me, I'm like really lucky, because I've written hundreds of songs, but I probably have 4 albums worth of songs that are like A class, ready to go. Like songs way better than Social Rejects and stuff like that. And I think it's always good if you're an artist, or I'm not like trying to sound big-headed, or I'm not trying to sound like, yeah, I know everything, but I think like if you're an artist or a band, you know, always keep writing. There's literally no excuse to not write unless you're not inspired, because, you know, you could write the best song ever. Best song ever. But yeah, okay, so on the rare occasion I will go on to Logic. Come on. I haven't put any effects on like any of the drums or anything, or guitars. So this is what, so basically I came up with this whole backing track, and yeah, so, and then after it I was like, okay, so I know the vibe of this, so I'm gonna write a song. And do you know what, it was one of the quickest songs I've ever done. So I think I say this about every song. Here it is. I'll sing along. You've gotta get away from me, but don't ask why. I'll stop and stand. Oh fuck, I've got the lyrics. You are no good for me. You're a living lie, but I can't stop. I won't stop. You're like a never-ending film stuck on repeat. The storyline is bad, but there's something bugging me. Well, I am damn. Oh, I've forgotten the lyrics. The happy ending and me. No, if I don't let you go, you might change and say no to your side chicks. But on the other hand, this is real life. Things can never go right. Just another lonely night, sat at the phone and staring at my cat all alone. Oh no, you've gotta go. Stuff like that. But yeah, so I find it just fun working with other people and seeing how they write songs because it's just so sick. And you know what? Where's my songwriting file? And I have like a big ass songwriting file. I don't know where it is. But yeah, it's literally, where is it? Massive songwriting file full of like loads of these songs that are like ready to go. But yeah, so that's basically how I write my songs. Hopefully, I think I might go into more depth soon. But hopefully this inspires you guys to learn the guitar, you know, start songwriting, because it's just great. And even if like you guys don't want to be a musician or a songwriter when you're older, it's just great. It's a fun hobby. Also, because I find out whenever I'm like whenever I'm really sad, I will write a sad song. That sounds so depressing. And honestly, if you can't think of songwriting concepts, watch a film and write a song about the characters. Because it's so good. It's so good. Like so you know The Holiday. I watched The Holiday, and the character, oh, what's her name? So she's like the posh one, and she's like in love with this guy, but he doesn't love her back, and it's like she's fallen in love alone. So I wrote, like, I probably like never will release this. It's probably not good enough. Excuse the squeaky chair, but this is it. So this song is literally G, D minor C. So this is like what you can do. The worst kind of love is on your own. That kind of love is familiar now that I've grown. I first met it when I was 15. It makes me sad. I think it likes me. Like me like nobody will. Now that I've grown, I'm used to feeling alone. The only thing I know is how to feel alone. How did it get to this? How did it get to this? I don't know. I'm all alone. I only know how to feel alone. Oh, second verse as well. When we hang out, you just can't see that I write all these songs for you to help me realize we're not a movie. It kills me. It's sad. Love me like nobody will. Now that I've grown, I'm used to feeling alone. The only thing I know is how to feel alone. How did it get to this? How did it get to this? I don't know. I'm all alone. I only know how to feel alone. And stuff like that, like literally that is just those chords. And then yeah, and then the middle eight is actually really powerful. So in case I release this, I won't show you the whole song. But yes, that is basically how I write my songs. It's fun. Songwriting is ace. It rules. I love, there's nothing better playing your songs live that you've written. Like, I don't know, for me, I could never have like someone else write my songs, because I'd literally be like, I don't know, I don't think you'd feel it on stage. Like when I sing cover songs, like in the set, like you'll do like a half-hour set and you'll do like one cover song, and like it's great doing cover songs, but then it's like you don't really feel anything because you didn't write it. Whereas so when I play the songs that I write, I feel something on stage, y'all. It's great. So yeah, songwrite. It's fun. Goodbye. Also, the people who always inspire me to songwrite are James Bond from Busted, Tom Fletcher from McFly, Sleep with Sirens, or whenever I listen to them, I'm always like, yeah, I need to write a song. Austin Knight from Water Parks, the Madden Bros from Good Charlotte, Blink. Do you know what? I always feel inspired when I listen to Bowling for Soup, so listen to them. There's just so many bands, so just listen to bands and songwrite, and it's fun. Goodbye.